everybody. I was just reading this book here by David Walliams called The Queen's Orangutan, and I was just wondering if you knew what this punctuation mark here was called. Have a think. If you said it was an apostrophe, you would have been correct. And today we're going to have a quick look at apostrophes. An apostrophe is the same shape as a comma but placed above the line. Apostrophes show two things: that one thing belongs to another, that some letters of a word have been left out to shorten the word. Today we're going to look at the first thing, the possession, that one thing belongs to another. Apostrophes can be used to show that something belongs to someone or something. This is called possession. When we are talking about one thing, we call this singular. For example, a man or a bike. When we need to say that something belongs to something singular, we put an apostrophe and then an S at the end of the name it belongs to. For example, the man's bike. Can you think of any other examples? Pause the video. We also use an apostrophe and an S to show when something belongs to a proper noun. That's a name that begins with a capital letter. For example, India's national flag has 3 horizontal stripes on it. So when we use an apostrophe, it's a good idea to think about these 3 steps. So we would write the person's name. For example, in this case, it's Caleb. We add the apostrophe, Caleb, and then the apostrophe is there. And then we add the S. So for example, it would say Caleb's scarf. Here are some other examples: Mr. Pengelly's pen, Anne's apple, Leo's lunchbox, Mai's house. When you add an apostrophe to a noun, add S to the end of the last word. So for example, Buckingham Palace's gates are painted gold and black, and the apostrophe is here. Never use an apostrophe if you have already used a possessive pronoun, for example, his, her, or its. Dave had a rabbit and its fur was white. We don't need an apostrophe in that sentence. The only time that its has an apostrophe is when it is a contraction, for example, it is or it has. So let's have a look at some examples of apostrophes of possession for singular and proper nouns. So here we have Catherine's house is old and large. The cat's eyes are different colours. St. Paul's Cathedral is in central London. Rachel's favourite sport is running. The forest's light is always changing. The Statue of Liberty is probably one of America's most famous landmarks. One extra thing to note here is if there is more than one subject, so for example here there are 2 cats, you would put the apostrophe after the S. So it says the cat's whiskers are long, and the apostrophe is after the S. Whereas here you can see there's only one person and the apostrophe is before the S. So this is Amy's car, or Robert's shoes are dirty. So just be careful with this one here where there's more than one. Here is today's challenge. Can you put the apostrophe in the correct place? I think it is Mr. Pengelly's coat. It must be Paul's bike because I saw him riding it yesterday. That is my next door neighbour's dog. Why is Steve's pencil still on the table? Mr. Sawyer's jokes are amazing. Have you seen Mrs. Allen's ruler? Where is Miss Hunt's calculator? Miss Shafiq's bag is next to the door. After you've completed the worksheet, can you think of your own ideas? I would love to see some of your examples. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and as always, I would love to see your work on the Clifton Twitter page or my Twitter page. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you, and bye-bye.